Okay, fine. Let's do this.
Okay. Welcome to another podcast with
Lemon.
Welcome to Lemon Drops. Today we are starting another podcast with Lemon Drops.
Should I start out with what we're going to be talking about in this podcast of ours? In this episode, we're going to be talking about something that everyone experiences at one point of their life, and that is nostalgia.
Yes, I think this is actually a really fun topic because who doesn't love nostalgia? And fun fact, I actually thought nostalgia was like a happy word. It is in a sense, but she actually looked up the meaning, which I didn't even know.
It means, from at least, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I looked up, it meant return from home because soldiers back then would have these experiences in their lives. And actually, a lot of like psychologists and people would call it a disease back then because these soldiers would get so depressed and so sad because they would always have nostalgic memories about the home and the family. So it was actually considered a disease back then.
So it meant what?
So it meant return from home.
Well, I guess that kind of makes sense then, because when we say we think about nostalgia, we think about back then where, you know.
Yeah, when you think about nostalgia, nostalgia means that you just think and talk about only the happy thoughts about what happened in your past. They don't, and it's weird because when you think about it, when you think of any memories from the back and you like back then and you have those nostalgic moments, do you actually bring any negativity in, or you only remember the happy stuff? Because that's what people are saying, like what nostalgic is.
Yeah, whenever I see something that reminds me of like something happy from the past, whatever, I'm like, oh, that's nostalgic, you know, like
yeah,
I associate it with.
Well, yeah, because like those moments that you have when you experience, like when you hear a certain song or smell a certain scent, or even just see a photo in general, it just brings you back to that feeling that you get, which is nostalgia. Like, let's bring up the first thing, which is going out on Friday nights compared like how it used to be walking the malls back then. People used to think of it like it was. People nowadays think of it like it's an errand just to run. Well, back then it was like, no, you're going out, you're hanging out with friends. You look forward to Friday nights, walking the mall and going out. And now people see it more like it's just an errand I have to run.
Did stores get more boring to you? Like when I walk the mall now, a lot of stores are boring to me. Like I find myself window shopping more than actually going in the stores. There's like certain stores out there that I'll still go into, but majority of it, like even a lot of times you look at something and you don't even want to hold the bag, so you're like, I'll just order it online.
I was just gonna bring up, it's because of online shopping now. Nowadays people can just click a button and it's delivered through their door right away. Like it's not, you don't get the fun experience that you did back then when you used to, like, oh my gosh, I want to bring up Black Friday. I wanted to bring up Black Friday because of how now it's like discounts and stuff get started a week before now. You do it online now the day before.
Yeah, I personally like to go on Black Friday to the malls and stuff. My sister doesn't, and she's like, we don't like to deal with all the lines and crowds. And I'm like, it's not like that anymore. I'm like, you know, the deals, first of all, they're not even that good on Black Friday. But it's not like that. You know, they don't line up and everything like they used to anymore. Like everyone knows they could just jump online. Last Black Friday we went into, I think, Hollister. And the line was so long, we literally just went on our phone, we ordered it, and we're like, it'll be here in a few days. And then we left the store.
But it like ruins the experience now because everyone does everything from their couch now. It's like no going out, no experiencing the fun, like Toysters now.
I went into this cupcake shop called...
I brought up toys and she brought up cupcakes.
I went into this cupcake shop called Sprinkles. Literally, we walked in, nobody was there. It was just the worker, and I was the only customer who walked in. And I was like, can I have, and they were like, oh, you can order right there on the screen. And I was like,
oh, Jamba Juice?
I pointed the screen, but nobody was in line. I pointed the screen to me. I hit one cupcake, red velvet, and then she's like, okay. And then she gets the red velvet cupcake, and I was like, I could have just told you.
And then they asked for a tip.
Yeah. I was like, no, like, you're reaching for a cupcake and handing it to me. Like, no.
Yeah. Toysters nowadays, too. Like kids just don't have. Remember when I used to do this as a what?
Toysters?
Toysters. Oh, Toysters.
It sounded like you're saying oysters. Like
yeah,
toysters.
I know. It sounded Toysters. As a kid, like Christmas wish lists now. Now people make these little kids are making Amazon wish lists now instead of writing the letters to Santa how they used to. Like remember when like you used to go to Toysters or like the magazines that they used to come in the mail and you used to cut them out and put it on your.
I get so excited when I get magazines for toys and stuff because I give them to my kids and I'm like, go through it, but it's very rare we get one.
They're shutting down these Toysters now, like Toys R Us. Like that got shut down.
Well, it got shut down, but they just reopened.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, but not everywhere. It's just certain places. Still, though, it is hard to find a toy store for you to take your kids in. I played with Barbies till I was like 13 years old. And I feel like
kids don't even have Barbies anymore.
But I feel like they're 13 and they're way cooler than I was as a 13-year-old. They have their hair on point, their makeup and everything, and I'm like,
no one has that awkward phase anymore.
Yeah.
Like ever. Like my little sisters too. Like we experienced too. Baby dolls, I don't even think I've seen baby dolls anymore. Like you have like those little cheap baby dolls now, like at Target or Stores or stuff, but you don't see them anymore. Yeah. Like how you used to. Like Baby Alives. Oh, I loved it when I played with the Baby Alive dolls. What are those?
I like Corel. It's a name of the baby doll, but it's a very, very nice brand of baby dolls. But that's what I like getting.
Really?
For my girls.
I never heard of those before.
Yeah, and then because I remember when my parents got their first computer, and all we did was like play that card game that nobody knows how to actually play it. You would just do painting on it, or I personally loved it. Even when I can remember when we didn't even have cell phones, and I loved it. Like I wish I can.
Well, it made everybody have an imagination and interact. Yeah, but it made kids have an imagination because now it's like, what do you want to do today? Let's just look it up. What to do today? Like it's like, where's your imagination now?
Yeah, and I hate the word bored.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's very good for your kids to be bored and even for us to be bored. It's actually a good thing because it makes us think and makes us, even pray more and stuff like that, where when you're never bored, you always have a distraction in your hand or on the TV. So I think it definitely took away boredom, but we're talking about nostalgia.
I know. I'm like, are we going off track?
Yeah, I was. Let's rewind that. Sorry. Do you have any memories of like something you look back like that's nostalgic for me?
It's little things and I have to be in the moment. Like if I'm like walking by something and I smell something like a scent, I'm like,
that.
Oh my gosh, what does that remind me of? And like I'm always like, just clothes, like music, like little things like that.
We went for a walk today and there was a whole bush of like these pretty pink flowers, but when I walked by it smelled like cinnamon, like that red hot cinnamon gum. So I just stood there
little toothpicks that you used to eat when you were a teenager. I remember that. That was fun.
Yeah.
No, there's just a bunch of things that bring me back memories, but it's in the moment, like kind of thing. But back to like how society's bringing them back. I feel like a lot of businesses are using nostalgic now to gain more money and get more businesses. Like they're bringing back like low-rise jeans now.
I see what you're saying.
Like low-rise jeans.
Fashion.
A lot of people are buying digital cameras now.
Yeah, fashion and stuff does typically repeat itself, I find.
Yeah, that is true.
But they do bring back. You know why? Because I feel like when you have everything, they kind of run out of stuff. So now they're just repeating stuff just to keep us entertained.
Because no one has imaginations.
Exactly, and nobody's bored anymore. Or at least they think they're not bored.
So I feel like businesses are gaining from this. Like, now people are like, oh, that brings me back a memory. I'm buying it, Because
even old candies, they started bringing back old candies. They just brought back Sour Starburst.
Yeah.
They brought back
you
Bubba
guys
Jug.
Don't know. Where can you find them?
Bubba Jug, I think Walmart. I think Sour Starburst was Walmart. But they started bringing back old candies again. The Altoids sour tangerine, something like that. Those they brought back. I'm still waiting for the 3D Cheeto Puffs, the 3D Dorito Puffs. Yeah. Anyways.
No, yeah, like again, digital cameras now. A lot of teenagers are buying digital apps now on their phones, even digital cameras now to get that effect. And they'll bring you back things that were happening in the 80s and 90s, like 2000s, and they're bringing it back to 2026. Like,
I don't get how Pokemon is still popular out there. I
don't
hate
get
Pokemon, and I don't understand why it's so popular.
It's so bold. To those who love Pokemon, she doesn't mean it. Okay?
Well, no, my husband's a huge fan of Pokemon, but I have to always hear about it, and I just not a fan. But I don't understand why that just kept its hype. Like,
yeah, like anime and all that. I am like, I don't know. We're not into it, so I guess we can't speak from our perspective. Cause
is there anything you remember? Like, oh, I remember like. Do you remember when like your parents weren't walking around with cell phones?
Oh yeah, well I remember them having like the little phones like back then, but I remember them never being on their phone. I guess as much as it is now, and it's not a bad thing. It's just the new normal now to be on your phones to look up things.
Really, I feel like it is a bad thing to be on your phone all the time.
It is, but I'm just saying that because it's my parents. It is a bad thing. Okay. Why are you calling me out? No, yeah, a lot of things just have changed now. What I hate that I see in my little siblings compared to how I grew up is just iPads and how they are now. Like everyone has them. When I compare my childhood with theirs, it's just completely different. Like back then, we used to always be outside. Like summer break was always like we're outside, we're at the pool, we're trying to go out with cousins.
I remember you guys did a lot of vacations too, like SeaWorld and stuff like that.
Yeah, we did like a lot of vacations. And these days, as much as my mom tries to keep everything away from like the kids and not so much electronics,
it's easy. It's easy to hand it to them.
Yeah,
it's like a babysitter.
Exactly. It's a lot of iPads now. And it just ruins a childhood. It just ruins it because no one has the imagination like they used to have.
Okay, we had like CD players and then we'd switch them out in the car, or like MP3 players and stuff. And I loved it that I only had like 50 songs because honestly it gets annoying when you have like 1,000 songs and then you're kind of just scrolling and scrolling.
I do remember the MP3 players. We used to have that. Oh, it brings me back. Nostalgic. It brings me back to little road trips that we did as a kid. My mom used to give us all these little MP3 players, like the ones that were just little rectangles and you like press buttons on it, and really squeezing that lemon. And during car rides we would just flip through all the songs, and that's just a good memory. Like now it's just AirPods now. Like I love those the string earbuds that we did, the huge little headsets we used to put on as a kid.
Fun fact, I heard somebody say that if you're gonna use Apple earphones,
AirPods,
use the ones with the cord, because if you use the one without a cord, they can tap in and hear you. I'm just saying. All my conspiracy theories.
Don't know where it came from, but yeah, I did hear about it.
Yeah, so stick to cord if you're gonna use them.
And it brings back the good days too. I want to hear from your view how it was with house phones, because growing up, by the time I hit the age to actually like, I guess, talk to people and like talk to them on the phone independently, we already had iPhones and stuff like
I actually don't remember your house having a house phone.
We never had a house phone.
Yeah, I don't ever remember you guys having a house phone.
Did you have a house phone though?
Yeah, we only had a house phone growing up. My parents didn't get a cell phone until, maybe, if I can remember correctly, maybe like 5 years before I got married, if I can remember correctly.
Oh, wow.
But I grew up always on the house phone. That's how we talked. And then my mom would sit in the living room from the kitchen and she'd have that long kitchen wire.
Really?
And then we'd walk past and we'd have to either jump over it or go underneath it. And then she'd have like a huge cord wire to the phone.
No, actually, that's the only time we had it. We have like an emergency
you left it off
line.
the hook and it was like,
Wait, you had that kind of house phone?
Yeah.
Those are like the ones I see in movies. That is so weird.
It was like those creepy horror.
Were you experiencing the times where you had to like those
the turn
phones
dial?
that you had to like turn?
No, we didn't have one, but I thought my brother did.
Did you ever use one?
No.
I never actually used one. I always wondered like how it even worked. Like you would be like, that's how long you would have to take to call someone. Like imagine if someone broke in.
Yeah,
you would have to be like
done,
9,
done,
1.
done.
Like, is that how you had to do it?
No. We didn't have one of those. We just had the buttons on the phone where you just
clicked it.
Yeah.
Oh, I always wonder how that was. We need to bring on someone older than us to talk about their memories, so we could see like generation.
Well,
we have to find a very, very, very old uncle.
Have your dad come on. No.
He's not. He is so young. He was bringing up the phones to me today. That's why I brought it up. Yeah, he was like, we used to like do like that clicking one. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
No, I don't remember that.
To call somebody.
I vaguely remember pagers. I didn't have one, but
my mom always talks about pagers.
Yeah,
how like she used to talk to my dad, her husband now, through pages, and they used to send each other. I think. Well, I can't say the number. There was like one that like her enemy used to send her.
If they had like numbers for like codes or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It was letters as codes. So like if
numbers
you like
as codes, right?
It was letters as codes.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, you're right. It was numbers as codes because they would send like a 3
I think love was like
E and like stuff like that. So I don't really know how it worked because obviously.
Yeah, I don't really remember pagers too much, but I've heard a lot about it from my older siblings.
I don't know. I'm not old enough to think about nostalgia.
I think even part of the fun and hanging out on weekends and stuff was going out to movies and and stuff like that, and picking out a movie, and then part of the hangout was taking the adventure to get ready for the hangout. These days, you sit in, you scroll on the a streaming service, you order in food or whatever, and I don't know. There was something special like about going to
movie theaters now. You can you order your ticket,
which by the way is ridiculously expensive.
Oh, yeah, pricing is crazy.
What did you just went to the movies? What did you pay for a ticket? Do you know?
AMC is like $22 per ticket now.
Per ticket?
Yeah.
Oh my!
AMC Cinemark is like 15, but if you go on Tuesdays, you get a discount.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Though my dad said it cost him, I think, 15 cents for a movie, a popcorn, and a soda back in his day. He was born in the 50s.
Talk about nostalgic. Yeah. Record players. Have you? My dad actually recently bought a record player.
Really?
Yeah, and he bought the Beatles. What do you call it? Record.
Yeah, no, and if you have a record player, you have to play the old music too, going back, Glenn Miller, all that stuff.
Well, he did the Beatles.
No.
That's old to me.
No, you have to go further back to like...
How old are you
again? 93.
You're not 93, you're born in 93. Yeah.
Another thing is radios. We would have to wait for our song. Radios. I remember we would wait for our song to come on, and then we would snap it and record it. And then,
really?
Yeah. And then, oh my gosh. That's how we got our songs.
Yeah, you are very old. Now it's just, well, you keep bringing up stuff that I'm like, oh my goodness, you had to do so much work. Now it's just Spotify, Amazon Music. You download your songs real quick, just keep playing it. But yeah, you're right. The radio, you used to have to wait for songs to come up, keep switching stations. Now I don't even know how to work a radio. Whenever I go to my car, like, you just plug in your USB on your phone now and...
Game Boy Colors.
Play. What is that?
You don't know what a Game Boy Color is?
I know what a Game Boy is. What does colors mean?
Well, I don't know what it means, but it's what it was called.
Oh.
But it was like a Game Boy, like
and it had like a screen like that?
Yeah.
No, I do. My mom brought out her old Game Boy because she saves everything. And she brought out her own Game Boy one day, and it was mine because I claimed it. And I would play it, the little snap disc that you would have to snap in it. Yeah. No, I did play it I was very proud of it, to be honest. But I did play it. I played Pac-Man and stuff, but man, it was very hard to see. Do you remember Redbox?
I did, but I was never a fan of Redbox, actually. But I think it's because I grew up with Movies and You and Blockbuster that it wasn't like When Redbox came out, it was lame to me. I was like, I don't want to go to a box and digitally pick a movie. I'm still talking.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. We're working on it. Carry on.
I just thought it was lame how like you scroll like digitally, then you click a movie. Like to me, I thought it was lame. I didn't like Redbox. Sorry, you okay?
That was so funny.
I preferred the old way. I just spit. I prefer the old way though, where you go to like Movies and You and stuff. So I wasn't a big Redbox fan.
Okay. We're working on not cutting each other off. See, I don't remember Blockbuster and what's the other thing?
Movies and You.
Movies and You at all. I have fond memories of Redbox and when we used to go out and hope that they had like the movie that we wanted and we would go and pick it out and instead of like renting it out. But Redbox, it was super fun. I can't believe they got rid of it.
It's funny too because like when we were excited about Movies and You, and then when Redbox came out, a lot of people were excited about that, and then when Prime Video came out, a lot of people were excited at that, and it was just something always new we were getting excited about. But then there comes a point where you just stop and you look back and you're just like, oh, I kind of wish we never got this far. You know what I mean?
What's a big thing that happened recently with you that you look back to? Are you eating a lemon?
It's lemon drops. We have lemons surrounding us.
Oh my. Should we do like a little question thing? Like look up some questions for us to respond to?
Yeah.
Like little things?
Okay. So we're going to pull out our phone and we're going to look at some questions to ask each other. Do you know what VHS tapes are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, only because my mom has like her wedding videos on that.
Oh, okay.
So we used to do it, and man, are those weird.
We used to grab with our finger and twist it to get the tape back in, like when it would unravel.
Really?
We'd sit there and twist it to get the tape, and then we'd open it and we'd blow all in it and then stick the VHS tip back in.
Again, so much work. Mine would have to be MP3 players, the little ones that you would have no screen on. It would just not knowing what song is gonna come up next.
Also, not getting a hold of somebody for a couple days. Yeah, like, do you notice when somebody texts you and you don't respond, they get mad?
No, yeah, it is getting a hold of people now. People get agitated when people don't pick up anymore. A lot of fights happen, like things like that.
They're like, yeah, because like it's and I actually had a priest tell me this before. He was like, if somebody calls you, he's like, you don't need to run and answer right away. He's like, it's okay. He's like, and I'm like, well, what if it's an emergency? And he's like, if it's an emergency, they won't be calling you. They'll be calling, an ambulance or something. But he's like, you don't need to pick up every time somebody rings, because I feel bad if somebody calls me and I don't call them back. Like, I mean, eventually I do call them back, but I just mean like picking up right away or responding right away. It almost gives me like a unsettledness. It's like I have to get back to them right away. And I found that, sometimes I'll have a number of people call me and I find them on the phone way too long that day. And so, I ended up having a priest talk with me, and he's like, you don't have to answer the phone. He goes, let it go. He goes, you don't get to it when you can. He goes, but you don't need to run every time someone calls you. So that's something that I'm trying to work on, just to give myself more of a peace.
Yeah, because back then it wasn't, no one had cell phones on them.
Well, you would call somebody and they wouldn't pick up, and then you try again maybe a few hours later, and then you would wait till the next day. Yeah. And you'd call them again,
Hope they're alive.
Yeah, but now it's like everybody wants you instantly to help people read text messages as well. I think that's a big one.
Like, how was it back then?
Well, there was no texting.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, now messages get mixed.
Like I said, messages get mixed, but no one understands that feeling of waiting to tell somebody until they see them.
Oh, yeah.
People just text right away, and it's just when something happens, it's like calling up right away, texting right away.
FaceTime.
No one will experience when you had to wait. Is there like a certain smell that makes you
Red Hot gum.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like that smell just makes you
and actually, Christmas trees.
I have a memory with smell. My mom, I used to be like very attached to her. Like whenever she would go out, I would be so like upset because I don't know, she was just like my safe place. So when she was gone, I felt like something was bad was gonna happen to me. And every night that she would go out on a date with my dad, like whenever they went, she would spray this certain perfume. And I would smell it like every time they would leave. So now when she put it on, like I think it was like last year, a couple months ago or something, and she put it on, and I was like, "Mom, like what is that perfume?" She's like, she tells me, and I'm like, "That's the perfume you used to use every single night or every single time you went out with Dad, and that gives me the memories of whenever you would leave me, and I would just get so afraid."
That's really sad.
Well, it is sad, but I'm saying like that brings back like
Mine's Red Hot gum because every time my grandpa would come over, he would always pass us Red Hot gum. So when I smell Red Hot gum, it like makes you think of my grandpa.
music. There's like certain songs that we would play that my dad would put on now, and it just reminds me of when we first moved into our home because my dad used to play music all night long. That's a memory. And okay, she makes me feel so dumb sometimes.
I'm giving you a listening attention.
Okay, if you could live one day in your childhood again, what would it be? It's funny because like some of my memories when I was young are very vivid. Like I remember clips of it.
I think if I had to choose one while you're thinking, I think it would have to be when all of us were in the living room, all my siblings and us, we were all dancing in the living room and my dad was recording. And David was like throwing me up in the air or whatever. And we were just all messing around, dancing to songs and stuff, like singing. Then my dad was just sitting there just filming all of us. I think that's probably a memory I'd like to go back on. Are you going to cry?
No!
Oh, your eyes look watery. I was like, good grief.
No, that actually got me thinking. This one memory actually brings me back to my childhood. So my sister used to she used to be like all about love and everything like that. So one time we had like this fake wedding, and my brother Daniel, he held like this book and he was the minister, and then my brother Nick, he was the ring boy. So he would grab, do you remember Pillow Pets? You don't know Pillow Pets? They used to be like an animal when you, oh, these toys. And they used to, so Pillow Pets for one, they used to be an animal, and then like you put them together and they snapped at the bottom like Velcro, and it used to be an animal. But there was another thing that we used to get as kids, and it was an animal, but it had like shapes on top, and light used to shine through it. So when you looked up, the shapes were on the
that sky. I do remember. I remember that one.
Do you remember those ones? Oh, those were so fun toys. But anyway, so Nick was holding a pillow pet, a Lakers pillow pet that I got my dad for Father's Day. And Sienna came. I was the maid of honor, so I would wear like this dress. And then my Sienna was the bride. But the groom was a vacuum. The vacuum, we put a blanket over it and a Rams helmet. And then Sienna came down. We put on music. My mom and dad were there watching everything. And I was like, dun, 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 dun. And then like Sienna walked all the way down. I flipped her veil over because we had like this Holy Communion veil. And yeah, Daniel was like, do you take, I forgot the name, but do you take the vacuum to be your husband? Sienna was like, I do. And like, it was like, we did that as kids. That was fun.
That's the memory you'd go back on if you had one day. No, I'm not knocking up. I'm asking
my
you.
childhood was so sad.
I'm not knocking you. I'm asking you.
I love those type of days that we would do stuff random. Like when my dad used to come home from work and my mom used to put out Nerf guns, and she used to put a sign that went "Good luck." And when he came in, we used to all hide.
Oh, that's
and then like he would grab Nerf guns and he would just little things like that we would do when iPads did not exist.
I want to do one. I love hearing stories of people who were born in the 50s. I'm obsessed with that era.
50s?
Yes, I'm obsessed with that era.
Are they still alive?
That's my dad.
He was born in the 50s?
Yeah, 1950.
10, 52. Oh, no, you're right. My grandma was 52. Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, they are alive to answer that question.
I'm going to cut this out. He's going to yell at me. I'm kidding. I was thinking of like the 30s. But yeah, continue.
I would actually love to hear stories. So I'm obsessed with the era 1950s. So I get obsessed with hearing stories from that
Well,
era.
I think we should bring Grandpa onto this podcast then, and get him to tell little stories, and we can ask him questions.
As long as you pay him his fee.
He has to wear lemons though, okay? Something lemony, and he can sit right here. He's gonna be like, but yeah, I say we end this podcast. Yeah, you agree? I want to know what your guys' your biggest nostalgic memory that brings you back. Is it a smell? Is it a taste? What?
I want to know your biggest nostalgic memory. Is it a smell? Is it a taste?
What? Does the smell bring you back? Does the taste bring you? I give up with you.
No, give us your nostalgic candy. What's a candy they took away that you just want brought back? That's fun.
No.
You can even say what it smells like, what it tastes like.
That's the same thing as candy.
Who says that? I want to know your nostalgic memory. What it smells.
No, not what it smells like. What brought you to that memory? The smell, the taste, the look. No, maybe you are the dumb one here. Anyways, guys, before we start fighting over here, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Lemon Drops.
Where things are always shiny and bright on this side.
On that side. She's sour tonight.
Berta said you've been in a mood.
Some people don't.
So stuck up.
Anyways, so guys, stay tuned every Thursday.
Every Thursday, we are going to end this
Where
one,
we film
every Thursday.
Alright, guys, we'll see you next week for another episode. Give us ideas on what topics you guys want us to talk about.
Yes, we would love ideas.
Because
We got nothing.
you don't say that.
Yes, give us more ideas, and we hope to see you back next Thursday. So stay tuned for more girl chat on the lemon side.
Yeah. Some people are just going to be sweet during the podcast, and some will be sour, and that is okay because we are a lemon kind of podcast.
You decide who is sour tonight. I'll let you decide.
All right, guys. We appreciate you guys staying tuned until the end.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to our nostalgic memories, and we shall see you next week for another episode.
Bye.
Enjoy. Yeah, they used to come over all the time when they would babysit us, and they would send us to bed.
No, we let you guys stay up a lot. It was rare you guys went to bed. We let you guys stay up a lot.
It's ruins. Like, that was an experience. Are you getting tired?
No, it's not good. We have to have more faith in each other.
You're not having faith in me. I'm trying my best. Be more peppy. What's your problem tonight?
Did you have an okay childhood? Dianne, come on.
It's enough.
You have enough.
Well, I'm done. Speak now. At least my butt. Should we restart?
No. I was fine tonight. I think the problem was you. Can you lower the iPad, the music? Because we can hear it out here. Thank you, sorry.
I don't even know where we're at. That's the thing. Let's restart.